This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. Kenosha County had to get used to being the center of attention in a hurry.
Some people embraced it, others just want healing, and they want everyone out of the spotlight. Our Jamie Perez spent the day talking with some of those people. She is live in Kenosha now. Jamie?
Right, well, just like when President Trump came to visit Kenosha on Tuesday, we got similar mixed reactions to Joe Biden's visit today. Some people saying that he would help bring the community together and unite them, and others saying that he was only here to get ahead in the polls.
The 35-mile-an-hour winds didn't stop Philip McAndrew from showing his support for Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's message today is that we need to think collectively, not individually, that we need to think about our community.
The wind carried that feeling around parts of Kenosha, including with small business owner Lindsay Weinstein.
He really shows that he's going to give to the community, especially to the small businesses, but also to the families that have been affected by this.
But the Democratic nominee's visit didn't inspire everyone. Trump supporter Kenneth Turner thinks Biden was here for the photo op.
I think it's a lot to do with being in the public and being in this campaign, helping this campaign out. But he could have been here 2 weeks ago when DNC was in Milwaukee, but he couldn't come then, which is kind of weird.
And then there were people who were swept up in another goal.
And I need you to date this 9-3.
Jacqueline Jennings has lived in Kenosha her entire life. She said she couldn't care less about which politician comes to Kenosha. Instead, she used Biden's visit to gather recall signatures against Governor Evers and the county executive.
Democrat, Republican, neither one is helping the city of Kenosha. and that's what I want.
That's what McAndrew says he wants too, regardless of where the wind takes us next.
To listen, to care, and to show concern. That's what good presidents do.
Earlier today, Jacob Blake's uncle was out here addressing a crowd of people as Joe Biden was speaking inside, saying that he supported that Joe Biden was here and that he visited his family. But right now, we're going to go over to Amy Reed, who has more on Biden's visit from earlier today. Amy.
When Biden landed in Wisconsin, he met first with Jacob Blake's family, speaking to Jacob for about 15 minutes on the phone, something President Trump did not do while he was here. From there, Biden went to a community forum at a church in Kenosha. Community members talked to him about the problems they see in their communities when it comes to race, from access to health care to lack of opportunity. Biden pushed for optimism and said now there is a chance to make things better.
I think, Alderman, what's been unleashed with a lot of people is they understand that fear doesn't solve problems. Only hope does. And if you give up hope, you might as well surrender. Our town.
Biden talked about specific changes he wants to make that he says will make things better. He said he wants to nationalize a $15 minimum wage, restore rights for former prisoners who have completed their sentences, and increase funding for Title I schools.
Amy and Jamie, thank you both tonight. Republicans are reacting to Biden's visit, criticizing his decision not to come to Milwaukee for the Democratic National Convention.
Just 2 weeks ago, the Democrats said that science was what prevented Joe Biden from coming to Wisconsin, coming to Milwaukee, as you talked about, Governor, the DNC. And what about the science has changed over the last 2 weeks?
Wisconsin Republicans are calling Governor Tony Evers a hypocrite. Governor Evers publicly asked President Trump to reconsider his visit, but didn't put out anything regarding Biden's trip.
The bottom line is this. Both candidates knew my position. Both candidates, because they're just like any other human being in the country, are allowed to make their own decisions. And both did that. They both knew what my position was. That is not hypocrisy. I was consistent with both of them. One of them was through a letter because I knew about it ahead of time, and the other was verbal.
The Biden campaign announced yesterday morning that he would be coming to Kenosha to visit the Blake family. The past 11 days have seen damaged buildings, businesses, and people's lives. Kenosha police reported today more than 250 people have been arrested since an officer shot Jacob Blake. More than half, 132, were not from Kenosha County. Damage estimates for Kenosha County property are approaching $400,000 and almost $2 million million in damage to city property.
State lawmakers opened and ended the special session on police reform today, pushing the session to next week. On Monday, state lawmakers took no action in a special session on police reform despite calls from black lawmakers and community leaders asking for change. The lawmakers adjourned the session to today, but again took no action, adjourning again to next week. The bills Governor Evers asked the legislature to take up would have banned no-knock warrants and chokeholds, and they would have created statewide use of force standards, among other things. Republicans in the Assembly said those measures will be part of the discussion in the Speaker's task force addressing racial equity. A sunny and clear yet cooler day across southern Wisconsin. Let's check your firstborn forecast. Here is meteorologist Chris Reese. Chris?
Yeah, we had a cold front move through as we've gone through today. That kicked up the breeze. It's a big reason why it was so windy for us. And check out temperatures. We topped out in 87 in Kenosha. You work your way back towards Viroqua, they only topped out at 70, and even still, things are cooling off for us as that front moves through. Upper 60s, just back towards the north and west. Madison sits in at 71, but then Janesville is still into the upper 70s at 77 right now. But behind that front, it's all about the clear skies. Here's how things look for us right now. We're seeing those winds out of the west and northwest at about 10 miles per hour, but no showers or thunderstorms associated with this front across our part of the state. There are a couple showers across the North Woods and the UP, but as we look ahead through the rest of this evening, look for skies to remain clear. The breeze sticks around. It'll gradually begin to decrease, though, as we move into the later hours of the night. By 11 o'clock, we're at 59. Wind speeds calm down to about 6 miles per hour there. But as we begin to look ahead, three things to focus on. We're staying breezy for Friday, dry through Saturday evening, but we are going to be watching that chance for showers and thunderstorms to make a comeback. I'll detail that in the first one forecast.
Chris, thank you. UW-Whitewater is starting this school year without its chancellor. Dr. Dwight Watson is on paid administrative leave while the school investigates a complaint against him. System interim president Tommy Thompson announced the leave this morning, but a spokesman would not explain what the complaint is. Dr. Watson has only been chancellor for a year. UW-Whitewater provost Greg Cook will run the university in the meantime. Former UW-Whitewater chancellor Beverly Copper retired in January after claims her husband had sexually harassed students and employees.
Sleep was not a defense that a judge in Dane County was willing to accept today. Jerry Ward's lawyers hope to get charges against the 17-year-old dropped. Ward is one of 3 teenagers accused of killing 11-year-old Anissa Scott. The defense argued that Ward was asleep in his car, so he could not have been ready and willing to assist in the shooting. The state argued that Ward and the other 2 teens involved all were driving in the car with guns in their laps. The judge ultimately denied the motion to dismiss the charge and move forward with the case. Ward is being held on $1.5 million bail.
A 20-year-old from Janesville is headed to prison for sexual assault. Rock County Judge Barbara McCrory sentenced Dakota Potts to 6 years this afternoon. Prosecutors accused him of assaulting a 9-year-old at Wilson School Park back in 2018. Potts pleaded guilty in January. He'll get nearly 2 years of credit for time spent, but Potts will be on the sex offender registry for life.
State and county health officials recorded 796 new cases of COVID-19 today, a notable increase from the previous day's case count. To date, Wisconsin has reached a lifetime total of 78,044 confirmed cases. The State Department of Health Services said 7,393, or 9.5% of those cases, remain active. Health officials say 4 more people in the state have died. At least 1,149 deaths have been confirmed across Wisconsin since the start of the pandemic. With 9,178 tested in the past day, DHS officials say the positive percentage of new tests went up by more than 1 percentage point to 7.9%. The amount of testing is nowhere near the state's daily capacity, where up to 27,080 tests can be conducted across 88 active labs. Positive cases on UW-Madison's campus are going up. According to the school's dashboard, 34 students and staff have tested positive for COVID-19 on campus, and an additional 25 cases were recorded off campus. To date, 365 students and 21 employees have tested positive.
There are new questions about campaign politics and the coronavirus vaccine. In a letter obtained by CBS News, the director of the CDC is calling calling on all states to have vaccine distribution sites fully operational by November 1st, just 2 days before the election. The letter was sent on August 27th, the same day President Trump spoke at the Republican National Convention. Both FDA Commissioner Dr. Stephen Hahn and Dr. Anthony Fauci have said no vaccine would be approved or granted emergency authorization without sound data and science behind it.
It has nothing to do with elections. This has to do with delivering safe, effective vaccines to the American people as quickly as possible and saving people's lives.
I would not be comfortable with a vaccine unless it was shown in a clinical trial clearly to be safe and effective.
And with Labor Day weekend approaching, the nation's top health officials are urging Americans to remain disciplined to avoid behaviors that caused a spike in cases after Memorial Day as well as the 4th of July.
Governor Tony Evers announced today that more federal coronavirus aid money will be directed towards supporting early care and education providers. The governor said an additional $30 million in Federal CARES Act funds will allow the Department of Children and Families to conduct an additional round of child care counts payments. Access to safe, affordable, quality child care has risen to the forefront for Wisconsin families as the new school year begins. The early care and education sector is still reeling from the impact of the pandemic. At the height of the public health emergency, more than a third of providers closed their doors. As of last week, the number had decreased to just over 12% of providers remaining closed. Wisconsin's top election official is reminding voters that they are not allowed to vote twice. Megan Wolf made that comment responding to what President Trump said in North Carolina yesterday. He said, send in your absentee ballot early and then go vote. Wolf wants to remind everyone that voting twice is illegal.
First of all, voters voting more than once is a felony, and that is, very, very serious. So that is not something that voters should be doing.
Wolf points out that multiple safeguards would prevent someone from voting twice. Poll workers will know if you've requested an absentee ballot. And if your ballot hasn't made it back and you vote in person, the absentee ballot would be canceled. If your ballot has made it back, you won't be able to vote in person. You can track the status, by the way, of your mail-in absentee ballot through the My Vote website or app.
Facebook has rolled out a plan to stop efforts to undermine the presidential election. The company says it will not accept new political ads the week before the election in November. Facebook will remove posts claiming people will get COVID-19 if they vote. The company will also label misinformation about the election and voting, but Facebook will continue to allow politicians to run lies and misinformation in ads through Election Day. CEO Mark Zuckerberg says fact checkers and journalists will have had ample time to scrutinize them before Election Day.
There's more to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5. When we come back, community activists are calling for justice after new video surfaces of a black man dying in police custody. We'll have the latest. And then coming up tonight at 6, a Janesville high schooler shares her experience going back to school for in-person class amid the pandemic. We'll have that coming up at 6. A tech sell-off on Wall Street sends the markets tumbling today. The Dow off more than 800 points. The Nasdaq lost nearly 600 and the S&P 500 dropped 126. We'll be right back.
It's time to breathe easier with a professional air duct deep cleaning from Stanley Steamer. We remove the dirt hidden deep inside your ducts, helping you get back to a cleaner and healthier home. Call 1-800-STEAMER today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Ashley Home Store's unbeatable Labor Day 72-hour sale is on. Save up to 60% off special buys and doorbusters. Plus, get a bonus 5% holiday discount at checkout. And 5-year interest-free affordability makes for low monthly payments. Online and in-store at Ashley Home Store.
The chief actuary of the Social Security Administration just released an analysis of Trump's planned cuts to Social Security. Under Trump's plan, Social Security would become permanently depleted by the middle of calendar year 2023. If Trump gets his way, Social Security benefits will run out in just 3 years from now. Don't let it happen. Joe Biden will protect Social Security.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan or for checkups only. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to get your free information kit. Call now.
Ashley Home Store's unbeatable Labor Day 72-hour mattress sale is on. Save up to 60% off Beauty Rest and up to $1,000 instantly off doorbusters and special buys. Plus up to $300 in free furniture. Only at Ashley Home Store.
At Stanley Steamer, we love homes. It's why we started cleaning them over 70 years ago and why we still continue today. Whatever home means to you, we're ready when you are to make sure your space is clean and that you and the ones you care about most are safe.
Tonight at 6, a Janesville high schooler shares her experience going back to school for in-person class amid the pandemic. And Madison's mayor announces a new scholarship program to provide low-income families with free childcare.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The mayor of Rochester, New York says the police officers involved in the death of a black man have been suspended.
Daniel Prude died in March after Rochester police put a hood over his head and pressed his face into the ground for more than 3 minutes while he was naked and handcuffed. A medical examiner concluded that Prude's death was a homicide caused by complications of asphyxia in the setting of physical restraint. The report lists excited delirium and acute drug intoxication as contributing factors.
I have addressed with the police chief how deeply and personally and professionally disappointed I am for him failing to fully and accurately inform me about what occurred with Mr. Prude. He knows he needs to do better to truly protect and serve our community, and I believe that he will.
New York Attorney General Letitia James' office took over the investigation in the death in April. The investigation is ongoing. Activists are demanding that the officers involved be suspended and prosecuted on murder charges.
All right, let's get a look at your first warn weather. Meteorologist Chris Reese joins us with our forecast. Chris?
Yeah, things have certainly been windy for us pretty much all day long. Here's some of those peak wind gusts that we've seen at this point throughout the day. In Madison, our highest wind gust was right at 35 miles per hour. Monroe, just shy of 40. You work your way back towards La Crosse. It's windy there anyway, but they had a peak wind gust around 41 miles per hour up on the bluffs. Then Kenosha, Milwaukee, right along that lake shore. Things were windy as well, and we're still seeing some of those gusty winds even as we speak. Right now, they're gusting closer to about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Actual wind speeds sustained are in that 10 to 15 mile per hour range for most of us, but some folks are still seeing those sustained winds upwards around 20 miles per hour or so. Oddly enough, our Edgewater sky camera is firm. It is not doing much shaking in the wind. Temperatures are at 71 and dropping for us. Here's the reason things have been so windy. You have low pressure up towards the north and east, high pressure back towards the west. Between the two of those, we have what's known as a pressure gradient. There's a big difference in the air pressure between those two spots. In between that, things are certainly windy, and that's what we're experiencing out there today. We'll still see some breezy weather around tomorrow before high pressure overall sets ahead of us or right on top of us, and that is when the winds will begin to calm down. High resolution Doppler is mainly clear. A couple of showers up through the north woods, but here throughout south central Wisconsin, we are staying clear as those temperatures continue to fall. 69 in the Dells right now, Viroqua at 68. Back towards the south and east, yes, things are still just a little bit warmer. 77 in Janesville, but all of us are going going to see those temperatures drop as we move into tonight. 49 for the overnight low. Into tomorrow, we'll see those temperatures really hover into the upper 60s and low 70s around lunch, and then we'll all likely top out into the low 70s with those highs right around 73 to 75 degrees for most of us. Enjoy that sunshine tomorrow. Enjoy it on Saturday as well. Changes begin to brew into next week, and that's going to lead to multiple rain chances on Sunday, Monday, and beyond. Here's why. The upper air pattern, we've been highlighting this for a while in terms of a push of colder air that's likely to come our way. This is Sunday, but now I'm pushing this into Tuesday. Watch how this dip of cold air works its way in to the center part of the country and then settles in for parts of Wednesday and Thursday. Well, with this push of cold air, I'll tell you what, if it were December, we'd be talking a potential winter storm. But instead, we're likely looking at a heavy rain event that's likely to develop ahead of that push of colder air. We'll see some rain developing in the south and west on Sunday. Then we start to move into Monday and Tuesday. Heavy rain begins to move in from the south and west. It'll likely overspread the state and much of the upper Midwest through Wednesday and into parts of Thursday. We talk rainfall amounts, and a lot of us, especially the further south you are talking more than 2 inches of rainfall over the period of the next couple of days that we're likely to see rain. The models are going very heavy with the rainfall throughout parts of north central Illinois. Hopefully we don't see that much rain, but I can't tell you they're in an extreme drought at this point. So, well, that would be helpful to get that much rain. So we'll see how things work out for them. But we do have those rain chances throughout the forecast. Check out Wednesday. Our high is 61, and if I'm being brutally honest, some of the model data, as Dana and I were putting together the forecast, kept us with the high around 51 for multiple days next week. So we're not ready to bite that hard yet on the cool snap, but we're definitely talking a blast of fall for the middle part of the next week before the sunshine comes back.
Yeah, we hope there's a fall. We hope we don't go straight to winter. Chris, thank you.
Absolutely.
Ahead on News Now at 5, Miller Park will be renamed next year. We'll take a look at the new American Family Field logo. That's after a short break. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wow, is that really me?
Here, I don't look 61 in 3 weeks. I have no wrinkles, no bags, and this is only because of Plexiderm.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Plexiderm is a wonderful product. I look at least 10 years younger.
It's a facelift in a jar.
The people you're watching have just seen themselves in the mirror for the first time since we applied Plexiderm to their problem areas. Their reactions are real, and so are the results from using Plexiderm. What's even more amazing is that it takes less than 10 minutes. Now you can watch your under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet visibly disappear for just $14.95 by going to plexidermtrial.com and taking the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
This is really good. This is, I'm going to fill my bathtub with this stuff and get the whole body this time. All these lines are gone. I feel like a new woman.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. At our $14.95 price, it's the best time to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself. So if under-eye bags make you look tired and older, take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge today for only $14.95. Just go to plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
Lawless criminals terrorize Kenosha. Joe Biden takes a knee. Biden and the radical left's weak response has led to chaos and violence, and their calls for defunding police would make it worse. President Trump is making it stop, sending National Guard and federal law enforcement to protect Wisconsin's families. Communities, not criminals. Jobs, not mobs. Strong leadership when America needs it most.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
American Family Insurance unveiled the logo for Miller Park, which will be renamed American Family Field starting January 1st. The company said the new logo features the distinctive roof line to the ballpark and the American Family logo, which has changed from its traditional red to the yellow used by the Brewers in their logo and uniforms. American Family said variations of the logo will appear most prominently at 3 locations: on the exterior side of the ballpark over the main entrance facing I-94, replacing the ballpark's current featured sign, on top of the scoreboard, and on the major freestanding sign that's adjacent to the interstate. In January, American Family announced a new ballpark name, American Family Field, as part of a 15-year partnership and naming rights agreement.
The NFL is closing all of its facilities around the country on Election Day to ensure that players and staff members are able to vote. In addition to shutting down facilities, the NFL and its union say they're sponsoring education programs so players, staff, and their families are aware about how to register, obtain an absentee ballot, and how to vote. They'll also work with state officials to create polling places at some stadiums.
We'll stick around for a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on over 400 new Hondas. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
If I'm your president, on day one, we'll implement the national strategy I've been laying out since March. We'll develop and deploy rapid tests with results available immediately. We'll make the medical supplies and protective equipment that our country needs. We'll make them here in America. We'll have a national mandate to wear masks, not as a burden, but as a patriotic duty to protect one another. In short, we'll do what we should have done from the very beginning. Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect America. And my fellow Americans, that is unforgivable. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Keep your rooms comfortable with Hunter ceiling fans from Menards. Explore a wide variety of styles and finishes to find the perfect one for your home. Get 11% off all Hunter ceiling fans. Create ambient lighting for your home with Patriot Lighting indoor-outdoor LED string lights. Available with warm white color temperature bulbs, only $29.98 after 11% rebate. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's easy to update your home at the Brothers Maine Labor Day Super Sale. Saving is easier on tons of great brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. And Maine makes getting more easier with up to 18 months of 0% financing. Want even more easy? Select items include free delivery through Monday. That's the More Store. The Labor Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more easy. Hurry in and see today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopko Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopko Optical. You'll see. Right now, get 40% off frames with any lens purchase.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Final check with Chris.
Yeah, we're watching rain chances, especially into early next week. In the meantime, it's a beautiful couple of days. 73 for your high on Friday. Still a bit breezy. Saturday is full of sunshine at 78, but Saturday night into Sunday, those storm chances return to the picture. They carry us through a good portion of next week. Several inches of rainfall are possible.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us at 5. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. And stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.